Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have such a clear life path, while others face constant challenges without understanding why? What if I told you that the answer could be right in front of your eyes, hidden in the first letter of your name? It may seem crazy, but it's not. Buddhism teaches us that nothing happens by chance. Every detail of our existence is connected to a greater energetic flow, and names are part of that. The first letter of your name carries a unique vibration, which can influence your choices, your behavior, and even the challenges you face. Now you might be thinking, but my name was chosen by my parents. How can that have a deeper meaning? The truth is that the universe works in mysterious ways. The name you were given was not random. It resonates with your energy, reflects your personality, and can even indicate karmic patterns that you came to develop in this life. Many spiritual traditions believe that the sound and shape of words carry power, and this is true for your name as well. Have you ever noticed that certain people with the same name have similar characteristics? That's no coincidence. But don't worry, this doesn't mean that your destiny is completely set and immutable. On the contrary, understanding the energy behind your name can give you a map, a compass to make more conscious decisions. If you've always felt that certain challenges repeat themselves in your life, or that certain skills seem natural to you, your name may be playing a role in this. And the most interesting thing, there is a way to use this knowledge to your advantage. Want to find out how? Then stay with me until the end of this video, because what you are about to learn can completely change the way you see your own identity. The power of the first letter. Have you ever wondered why certain people seem to carry a different energy as soon as they say their own name? The truth is that each name carries a unique vibration, and the first letter is the portal that opens this energy field. In Buddhism, it is believed that everything is interconnected by vibrational patterns. The sound of a word, the way a name is pronounced, and even the letters that make it up influence our identity and trajectory. Your name is no coincidence. It works as a symbolic code that reflects parts of your personality and even aspects of your destiny. The first letter of your name can be compared to a lighthouse. It is the first energetic signal you emit to the world. It is the primary essence of your identity, the first vibrational impression you leave on people before they even know your story. People whose names begin with the same letter can share striking characteristics, as if an invisible thread connects them in terms of behavior and purpose. And this influence is not limited to the spiritual aspect alone. Psychologists have studied for years the so-called initial letter effect, which suggests that we tend to feel more attracted to people, places, and choices that share the first letter of our name. This is no coincidence. It is energetic resonance in action. Now, think of someone named Lucas. The L brings a harmonious, balanced energy, focused on cooperation and the need for peace. Lucas may be a naturally friendly, empathetic person who always seeks the collective well-being, but he may face challenges related to emotional exhaustion, as he tends to give too much of himself to others. A name like Carlos, which begins with C, brings a completely different vibe. Active, pragmatic energy, focused on action and achievement. People with this initial tend to have a competitive spirit and a strong desire for leadership, but they can be impatient or have difficulty dealing with situations where they have to wait for the result. If you have noticed patterns in your life, such as challenges that seem to repeat themselves or natural tendencies that you have, try looking at the first letter of your name. Could it be reflecting something about your essence? And what's more, if the first letter has this impact, what does it say about the entire name? What else could be hidden in the sound of your own name that has not yet been discovered? A portal to self-knowledge. What if your name were much more than just an identification tag? What if it carried a vibrational map that influences your journey, your experiences, and even the challenges you face? In Buddhism, it is believed that everything in the universe is interconnected by energetic patterns, and the name you were given at birth is no coincidence. It resonates at a unique frequency, shaping not only the way others see you, but also how you perceive yourself. Your name can be seen as a personal mantra, a sound that, when repeated throughout life, reinforces certain vibrations and directs your energy. Consider the following situation. Imagine two people, both with similar talents, similar opportunities, and even a similar upbringing environment, but who follow completely different paths in life. What makes one thrive while the other always seems to face difficulties? Of course, many factors are involved, but the vibration of the name can be one of the elements that influence this journey. Some names carry more expansive energies, which facilitate communication and attract connections. Others have introspective vibrations, causing the person to have a more solitary and reflective journey. If names really do carry their own energy, then understanding this meaning can become a powerful tool for self-knowledge. By understanding the vibration of your name, you can become more aware of the patterns that influence your life and work to align your energy with your true purpose. If your name suggests a leadership trait, for example, but you have always felt insecure about making decisions, it may be time to develop this skill consciously. If your name carries a vibration of introspection and you struggle to express yourself, it may be useful to practice communication techniques to balance this energy. After all, if your name is a portal, why not learn how to use it in the best possible way? Energy and characteristics of each letter. If each name carries a unique vibration, then each letter within it is like a piece of an energetic puzzle. In Buddhism and various spiritual traditions, it is believed that words have power, and that sounds can directly influence our vital energy. Just as mantras are used to direct the mind and raise consciousness, the letters that make up your name create a vibrational field that shapes your personality, your challenges, and even your destiny. Understanding the meaning behind each of them is like deciphering a hidden code about your own essence. Let's imagine a practical example. Suppose a person's name is Raphael. The first letter, R, indicates a restless, dynamic, and ambitious personality. Raphael probably has intense energy, is always searching for something greater, and may have difficulty finding emotional balance. Next, we have the letter A, which reinforces his nature of leadership, independence, and desire to be a pioneer. The letter F adds a layer of sensitivity and desire for harmony, while the A reappears, reinforcing the need for autonomy. The E brings expressiveness and an adventurous spirit, but can indicate a tendency to disperse. Finally, the L closes the name with a touch of harmony and idealism. When we combine all these energies, we see a pattern. Raphael may be someone with great willpower, but who needs to learn to balance his restlessness with moments of reflection. Now, think about your own name. Which letters repeat themselves? If a letter appears more than once, it can reinforce certain characteristics, making them more evident. And if there is a balance between expansive and introspective letters, your personality may be a fusion of these energies. This insight can help you understand why certain situations seem to repeat themselves in your life. Could your name be teaching you lessons that you haven't yet realized? Buddhist perspective on names. In Buddhism, nothing happens by chance. Everything in the universe follows interconnected patterns, governed by karma and impermanence. Your name, even though it was chosen by your parents, was not a simple random decision. The sound, vibration, and even the writing of your name carry energies that influence your spiritual growth. Buddhist masters teach that life is a journey of self-discovery, and the name you are given can be a vibrational guide that reflects challenges and karmic lessons you need to face. Many spiritual traditions consider names to be a sacred identity. In Tibet, for example, names are often given based on prayers and deep meanings, connecting the person to their spiritual mission. In Japan, where Buddhism intertwines with Shintoism, the characters used in a name are chosen with extreme care, as it is believed that they can shape a person's luck and life energy. Even in Western cultures, we see this importance reflected in naming rituals and ceremonies where names are blessed. This reinforces the idea that a name is not just a label, but rather a reflection of the soul's journey. If names carry energy, then we can consciously use them to enhance our spiritual growth. Some Buddhist traditions suggest practices such as repeating the name as a personal mantra to harmonize the energy and connect with one's essence. Another common practice is choosing spiritual names, where monks or advanced practitioners adopt a new name to symbolize their inner transformation. And even if you don't want to change your name, You can learn to recognize the energetic patterns it carries and use them to your advantage. After all, if your name is a reflection of your journey, why not use it as a compass for your awakening? Energy and characteristics of each letter. The first letter of your name can be seen as the driving force of your personality, but each of the other letters also contributes to shaping your essence. Just as a melody is composed of different notes that create harmony, the set of letters in your name forms a unique vibration that influences your behaviors, challenges, and potential. Let's explore some of these energies so you can identify which ones resonate with your life experience. People with this letter in their name tend to be restless, dynamic, and ambitious. They are people who always seek challenges and movement, but need to learn to balance impulsiveness with emotional stability. If you feel like you are always starting something new, but have difficulty maintaining consistency, this may be an energy of R influencing your journey. S represents wisdom and intuition, and is common in people who are naturally reflective and observant. However, this depth can also lead to isolation. If you feel that you have an easy time understanding other people's emotions, but sometimes close yourself off in your own world, it may be the effect of this vibration. Is linked to pioneering and independence. People with this letter in their name have a strong leadership spirit and want to be masters of their own path. However, stubbornness can be a challenge, as this energy also brings with it a tendency to want to do things your own way. And these are just a few examples. If you pay attention to your name and the letters that make it up, you may begin to notice patterns in your own life. Do the characteristics associated with your letters resonate with how you feel in your daily life? And if so, how can you use them to your advantage? Understanding the energy of your letter. Every person is born with a unique set of characteristics, challenges, and potentials. But what if there was a way to better understand these patterns? In Buddhism, self-awareness is one of the pillars of spiritual evolution, and knowing the energy of the first letter of your name can be a powerful tool for this. This first letter acts as a vibrational signature, representing the beginning essence of your journey, the lessons you need to learn, and the gifts you can develop throughout your life. For example, imagine a person whose name begins with S. This letter carries the energy of wisdom, intuition, and reflection. People with this initial may be naturally more introspective and observant, with a unique ability to see beyond the obvious. However, they may struggle to open up emotionally, becoming reserved or even solitary. Now, compare this to someone whose name begins with A, a letter that represents leadership, initiative, and independence. While the individual with S may hesitate before acting, seeking to deeply understand each situation, the person with a tends to throw themselves headfirst into challenges, trusting in their inner strength. Understanding these differences helps you recognize patterns of behavior and find a balance between your strengths and weaknesses, you and weak. If the first letter of your name influences your journey, why not start using it consciously? If your letter suggests leadership, but you avoid responsibility, it may be time to take a more active role in your life. If your letter represents intuition, but you have difficulty trusting your instincts, you may want to practice meditation or mindfulness to strengthen this connection. Small adjustments can make a big difference in your personal growth. After all, when you understand the energy of your name, you begin to use it as a guide to align with your true essence. Insights based on numbers. Names are not only composed of letters, they also carry a numerical value that can reveal hidden aspects of personality and destiny. In Buddhism and other spiritual traditions, numbers are seen as symbols of life cycles, challenges, and learning. Each letter of the name can be converted into a specific number, and the sum of these values forms a unique energetic code. This number can indicate patterns of behavior, karmic lessons, and even predispositions to certain experiences throughout life. For example, names that result in the number 1 tend to belong to natural leaders, people who have initiative and independence, but who can struggle with impatience. Those whose name vibrates at the frequency of the number 7 tend to be introspective, wise, and spiritually connected, but may feel disconnected from the material world. These numerical influences are like subtle maps that help us understand why certain tendencies manifest themselves in each person's life. Understanding this relationship between name and numbers can be transformative. Some traditions suggest simple calculations to discover the vibrational number of the name and, from there, align behaviors and decisions with one's own essence. But what if, beyond the numbers, there was an energetic cycle in constant movement, influenced by the first letter of the name? Could this first vibration have a greater impact than we imagine? A deep dive into how names shape personality and destiny. If each name carries a vibration and a hidden meaning, then understanding this energy can help us decipher life patterns and even anticipate challenges. A person's name not only reflects their essence, but also influences their journey. In Buddhism, the idea of karma is directly linked to this perception. Every choice, every experience, and every personality trait is shaped by a continuous flow of energy. The name is one of the first elements we carry at birth, and it can be one of the greatest guides to personal evolution. Imagine two people with names of completely different frequencies. One may carry the energy of dynamism and leadership, while the other vibrates in tune with introspection and balance. This explains why some individuals feel naturally inclined to certain paths and why certain challenges seem to repeat themselves throughout life. It is as if the name were a subtle mirror, reflecting internal aspects that we often only realize over time. But if names really shape our personality and destiny, can we learn to work with this energy to rewrite our own story? If the first letter already has so much influence, imagine how the sum of the letters can act on deeper layers. The name can be a tool for self-knowledge, but also a key to spiritual awakening. What if this vibration is inserted in energy cycles that are constantly renewed? Energy cycles. The first letter of a name is not just a marker. It represents the beginning of an energetic cycle that unfolds throughout life. According to Buddhist teachings, everything in the universe follows a continuous flow of energy, and names are no exception. They generate a cycle that constantly influences a person's journey, like a river following its course. The initial vibration of a letter can be the starting point for challenges, opportunities, and even spiritual revelations. By understanding this cycle, we can navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. These energy cycles are like waves. They repeat themselves at different times in life, bringing to light lessons and experiences that help us grow. If you are a person with a name that begins with R, for example, you may find that you are constantly being pushed toward change, new goals, and challenges, but also being invited to find moments of balance. The cycle of the letter R is an example of dynamic energy that demands movement, but also calls for a pause for reflection. Over time, as these cycles unfold, individuals may perceive deeper patterns and even realize how the vibration of the name influences turning points. Could it be that by better understanding the first letter and its energetic cycle, we can have more control over the course of our lives? What if this energy is connected to something greater, to a spiritual force that guides us in our personal and collective evolution? Now that you understand how the energy of the first letter of your name can influence your journey, what will you do with this knowledge? The big difference between those who evolve and those who remain stuck in the same patterns is action. Knowing that your name carries a unique vibration is not just for curiosity. It is a powerful tool for self-knowledge and for transforming your reality. If you have noticed repetitive patterns in your life, recurring challenges, or even natural talents that seem to flow effortlessly, now you can begin to see them with more clarity and purpose. The next step is simple, but profound. Reflect on the energy of your first letter. How does it appear in your life? Do you feel that the challenges you face are aligned with the characteristics of this letter? How can you use this vibration to your advantage? Try keeping a journal for a few days and write down your observations. You may be surprised by what you discover. In addition, practice meditation and mindfulness to better perceive how your energy manifests itself in your daily life. Remember, the more you know yourself, the more control you have over your own journey. If you found this content valuable and want to continue exploring topics like this, subscribe to the channel right now. Here we dive deep into Buddhist teachings and how they can be applied in real life to bring clarity, balance, and transformation. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Each one can bring an insight capable of changing your perspective. The search for self-knowledge never ends, and I will be here to guide you on that path. See you in the next video.